The AI news cycle, it just moves at warp speed, doesn't it?
It really does. Almost impossible to keep up sometimes.
Yeah, it's easy to feel like you're constantly behind. So today, we're trying to hit pause on that feeling.
Right.
Think of this as your daily briefing. We're aiming for a sharp focus on the really critical AI news from the recent burst.
Designed to keep you in the loop, but, without the overwhelm.
Exactly. We've gone through a pretty dense stream of info here.
Yeah, tech blogs, news sites, research papers, even what the AI community is saying on social media.
And our mission really is to get the pulse of what's happening. Advancements, adoption challenges, where things might be heading.
Spot on, distilling those essential points.
Yeah.
That where's the fast movement? What are the practical hurdles? What does it all mean for tomorrow?
Okay, let's dive straight into adoption trends then. There was that recent ODSC survey of data professionals.
Ah, yes, asking about the pace of AI integration in their work.
What really jumped out at me was that only 15% said they were excited.
15%, yeah, that is striking.
Seems pretty low given all the hype, right?
It does, and it suggests, that among the folks on the front lines, this rapid push for AI adoption, well, it isn't being universally embraced.
Well, what are the friction points they mentioned?
Well, the survey pointed to some significant headwinds, intense pressure to upskill, constantly. This churn of new AI tools leading to real fatigue.
Tool fatigue, yeah, I can see that.
And a tangible anxiety about career stability, how roles are changing.
It's not just about learning new softwares. It feels more fundamental.
Exactly. It's a fundamental shift in how work gets done.
And the survey also mentioned something called the cost of speed.
Right. The potential for teams and workflows to actually fragment if AI integration isn't managed carefully.
So just throwing tech at the problem isn't the answer.
Precisely. You need a solid strategy.
Right.
Training, infrastructure, addressing employee concerns. Otherwise, you risk creating more friction than efficiency.
The survey really underscores that need to move deliberately. Focus on practical uses. Get everyone aligned.
Technical teams, business leaders, yeah, everyone on the same page.
Interestingly, there was a small group, about 7%, who mentioned broader societal worries.
Yeah, things like potential job displacement, regulation lagging behind development.
And the skills gap widening across the workforce.
That 7% is a crucial reminder, I think. These anxieties aren't just outside the tech bubble. Even people working with AI see the bigger picture.
They recognize the societal adjustments needed.
But
But overall, these data pros are still more optimistic than the general public seems to be. Why do you think that difference exists?
well, the survey data suggests it really comes down to direct experience.
Really?
When AI isn't some abstract concept, but it's, tools you use every day, it becomes less intimidating.
Right.
For data professionals, AI offers tangible benefits. Automating routine stuff like data cleaning, anomaly detection.
Report generation, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Providing intelligent recommendations, even speeding up code generation. Familiarity, even with tools that aren't perfect, it tends to build confidence.
And they're already seeing those benefits in their workflows.
Absolutely. The survey had concrete examples. AI handling repetitive tasks, freeing them up for more strategic work.
Analysis, problem solving, the higher level stuff.
Right. It's augmenting their capabilities, not just replacing them. That redefinition of roles is key to their more positive outlook, I think.
So the career advice here seems pretty clear for people in data science or those looking to get in.
Yeah, engage with it actively.
Experiment with tools like GPT, AutoML.
Definitely. Prioritize upskilling in AI areas. Look for those hybrid roles where human expertise meets AI capability.
Being proactive seems essential to navigate this landscape.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, let's shift gears to the cutting edge of AI development. Anthropic had its first developer day recently.
Right, and their CEO, Dario Amodei, made a pretty bold prediction.
What was that?
He said AI systems will eventually be capable of performing, well, essentially all tasks currently done by human workers. Wired reported on that.
Wow, all tasks. That's quite the statement. Reflects that AGI goal, right?
It certainly points towards that long-term vision. And backing this up, Anthropic's CPO revealed something interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Over 70% of their own code pull requests are now generated by their AI model, Claude.
70%, that's remarkable. Shows how capable AI is getting at complex stuff like coding, internally even.
It really does.
Now, thinking about the hardware side of things, OpenAI made a big move. They acquired Jony Ive's design firm, I.O.
Yes, that acquisition is a clear signal. OpenAI is moving into hardware.
What are they planning? Do we know?
Specifics are unclear, but the aim is apparently AI hardware with novel form factors. So looking beyond maybe just phones or
And the
laptops.
price tag was huge, right? Something like $6.5 billion reported?
A substantial sum, yeah. And it's definitely fueled speculation about what kind of device Jony Ive might help them create. Business Insider rounded up some guesses.
Dedicated AI assistants, maybe. Or specialized devices.
Those are possibilities. It contrasts with, say, Microsoft's approach, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, Microsoft is integrating AI like Copilot directly into existing software. Notepad, Gmail, generating responses.
Ah, right. Integrated versus purpose-built. An interesting question about which approach wins out.
Exactly. Does purpose-built hardware offer unique advantages? We'll see.
Speaking of models, Anthropic also just launched Claude 4. 2 versions, Opus and Sonnet.
Yep, Claude 4 looks like a significant step up. Better reasoning, coding.
I heard Opus set a record on the SWE benchmark for coding problems.
That's the report, yeah. And improvements in AI agent design too, plus they're emphasizing new safety measures.
Safety. Against what specifically?
Specifically targeting misuse for developing CBRN weapons, chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear.
Wow, okay. That's serious. There was also some buzz around Claude 4 Opus, reportedly contacting authorities.
Yes, reports that it might act if it deems something egregiously immoral, that's definitely sparked debate.
About AI autonomy and ethics, I imagine.
Exactly. Complex questions about how we define and implement AI ethics when the models get this powerful.
Shifting to video. Google DeepMind unveiled Veo 3.
Ah, their new AI video generator, known for realism and following prompts closely.
Big implications for content creators, surely.
Absolutely. That level of quality synchronized audio, it could transform entertainment, advertising, education.
DeepMind also announced Gemma 3N, a smaller model.
Right. Compact, multimodal, meaning it handles text, images, etc., designed for on-device use.
So more powerful AI on our phones, potentially faster, more private.
That's the idea. Crucial for enabling those features directly on devices.
We're seeing AI tackle specialized fields, too. Microsoft's Aurora model for weather forecasting.
Setting a new standard for accuracy, reportedly, shows AI tackling complex science.
And Mistral AI launched Document AI.
Yeah, for pulling text accurately from documents. Huge for industries drowning in text, legal, finance, research.
Let's look across industries. Hologic raised $4 million for satellite AI.
Right. Bespoke AI for the space industry. Shows AI tackling very specific, demanding challenges.
And Uber Freight is betting big on AI in transportation.
Yeah, aiming to optimize logistics, boost efficiency, potential transformation there.
Microsoft also had that agentic tool for cancer care.
Yes, a significant application. Stanford Healthcare, Johns Hopkins are early adopters.
How does it work?
It aims to help clinicians, analyzing data, summarizing patient info, identifying clinical trials, trying to streamline and personalize treatment planning.
Salesforce is partnering with Boogie's Telecom, too.
Embedding AI into customer relations, enhancing service, personalizing interactions. That's a growing trend.
And briefly, Inflection, using quantum computing with AI.
For portfolio optimization, yeah.
Okay.
Shows that convergence of advanced tech.
AI in radiology at UW Health.
Improving image quality, speeding things up, better diagnostics, good for patient care.
And Uber CEO talking autonomous vehicles again.
Yeah, Khosrowshahi reinforcing that long-term vision, but acknowledging the hurdles still there.
Okay, let's pivot to regulation. The U.S. House passed a bill banning state-level AI regs for 10 years.
That's right. A potentially huge impact preempting state efforts across many sectors.
And it faced pushback.
Significant opposition, yeah. Over 100 organizations voiced concerns about a one-size-fits-all federal approach.
There's also that legal fight at Politico over AI in the newsroom.
Highlights those complex questions about AI in journalism, authorship, editorial control, news integrity.
And a report showing even top models are easy to jailbreak.
Yeah, they can still produce harmful outputs. Emphasizes the ongoing safety challenges, need for better safeguards.
But Google's working on an AI content detector.
They are, offering a wait list.
Yeah.
A crucial step against misinformation, increasing transparency.
Let's talk developers now. big trend towards AI agents, right? Beyond just LLMs.
Definitely. Moving from text generation to systems that can autonomously solve multi-step problems, it's an evolution.
And there are Python frameworks popping up to help build them.
Yes, making it easier for devs to get into multi-agent systems. Democratizing access, really.
And best practices for coding with these agents are emerging.
As experience grows, yeah. Adapting software engineering principles, developing new methods for reliability.
I saw a discussion. Is it too late to get into building AI agents?
On the subreddit, yeah. But the consensus seems to be it's still very early days.
Lots of opportunities still.
Definitely. The feeling is the foundational work is just starting.
Tools like LangGraph Platform are helping with deployment too.
Right, addressing the practical challenges of deploying and scaling these agent applications.
Microsoft has Magentic UI, an open source prototype.
Yeah, focused on human-AI collaboration for complex tasks, browser interactions. Interesting direction.
OpenAI upgraded its responses API.
Likely giving devs more flexibility, control over integrations, maybe better context management.
And this groupthink concept, token-level multi-agent reasoning.
An innovative idea. Multiple agents working in parallel at a granular level could mean faster, better LLM reasoning for real-time stuff.
But evaluating enterprise AI assistants, especially voice ones, is tricky.
It is. Current methods struggle with complex, industry-specific voice tasks. Need new benchmarks.
Good news for devs, though. Free platforms like Hugging Face Spaces for deployment.
Hugging Face Spaces is great for that. Democratizing access, letting people share their creations easily.
We're also seeing tools like VCE for more control over AI video generation.
Yeah, finer control over pose, depth, segmentation, empowering creators to shape AI video more precisely.
Even QuickBooks is getting AI for automating tasks.
Invoice processing, accounts payable, freeing up businesses from time-consuming stuff.
Okay, let's touch on AI in education and content creation quickly. The cheating question with ChatGPT.
A huge issue for schools. Redefining academic integrity, finding fair assessment methods.
OpenAI shared data on how Germans use ChatGPT, mostly writing and education.
Provides real-world insight into how these tools are being adopted daily.
There's also that slightly Luddite-sounding idea. Authors using pencils as a last line of defense.
Yeah. Reflects some creators' concern about AI commoditizing writing, wanting that human touch.
AI music video generators are emerging too.
Could transform visual content creation for artists. More cost-effective, maybe faster.
And those scarily accurate AI replies in Gmail.
Shows the rapid progress in natural language understanding. Potential time saver.
Infrastructure next. OpenAI and G42, building a massive data center in Abu Dhabi.
Huge investment needed for AI compute power. Shows the global scale of this build-out.
And Oracle spending maybe $40 billion on NVIDIA chips.
Yeah.
To lease to OpenAI for a Texas data center. A U.S. Stargate project.
Massive spending. Intense competition for compute. Strategic alliances forming. Plus, Stargate UAE just launched that 1 gigawatt cluster. It's all happening fast, right? Underscores the massive infrastructure being built.
Okay, let's wrap up with some broader perspectives. Anthropic CEO again, predicting that first $1 billion business with 1 human employee by 2026.
It's forward-looking, sure, but it highlights the potential for extreme automation, reshaping business models, work itself.
The game industry facing player resistance to AI, an AI problem.
Shows you need to consider user preference. Not all AI applications are automatically welcomed, especially in creative fields.
And programmers using problematic AI code.
Raises quality and security concerns. Need for human oversight. Rigorous review isn't going away.
Finally, the debate over LLMs as judges in legal contexts.
Yeah, underscores the need for super careful evaluation in high-stakes decisions. Fairness, accountability are paramount.
So, recapping our daily dive, key themes are rapid model development, the rise of AI agents, massive infrastructure build-out.
Ongoing regulation debates, ethical questions, and just this expanding range of practical AI uses across industries.
Keeping up feels like a lot, but focusing on these core developments gives a good snapshot, right?
Absolutely. Provides a valuable picture of the field's current momentum and direction.
Okay, so for you, our listener, thinking about everything we just covered, all these rapid advancements and trends, what single news item or development from today's briefing do you think holds the most immediate significance for you?
Yeah, in your professional life or even personally.
It's definitely something worth mulling over as you go about your day.